So while I'm waiting for Seven Deadly Sins and that time I got reincarnated as a slime to come out, I stumble upon this anime, which is the hidden dungeon only I can enter. And before anything, I want to talk about the rating that my anime list gave it, which was a 6.86, I think. And I don't think this is a fair assessment just off the first episode. Um, this isn't anything that we haven't seen before. We've seen this formula plenty of times. The art style is like you can like you've seen the art style before. Like this isn't anything new, right? So let's get into it. Our main character, Nora Stardia. I mean, at first glance, he's nothing special, right? He doesn't have anything unique, anything, just like any redeeming qualities. So he's actually a noble, and he's at the bottom of the of the nobility. And the anime is so gracious as to give us a pyramid, and it starts with baronets, which Noah's family is a part of, baron, viscount, earl, marquis, and duke. And Noah was actually waking up to go do his job as a librarian or something like that. I forgot. I think I knew it was. I know something to do with the library, but a viscount's son took the position. So some stuff happened, and we get introduced to the second character, which is Emma Brightness. And listen, don't quote me on this, but she looks like Darkness from Konosuba. Like, come on, big titties, blonde hair. If she had longer hair, it would have been an exact replica. But she looks like Darkness. That's the first thing I thought of when I seen it. So Emma Brightness, yeah, she's a Baron, which is a tier above Noel, Noah, my fault. And some stuff happened again. It's not really important. Um, they're on the bench, right? And this is where we get introduced to Noah's power, which is Great Sage skill. And the skill is interesting because it tells him everything he needs to know. The only drawback is that he has like a crazy headache. But something funny to mention is that my boy tried to, sneak in a little kiss to Emma, and he got dubbed crazy, Mo. I'm talking. Whew, I mean, he didn't really get dubbed, but he got dubbed. You feel me? She was like, "Oh, let's take this somewhere else," and then they go like on top of a roof, some shit like that. And this is where the episode kind of gets good. Like it took like 1/3 of the episode to get good, right? Um, Noah asked the Great Sage to um, what was it? It was something like how does he get stronger or something like that? And the Great Sage said, "Oh, explore this hidden dungeon," right? So he's like, "Cool." He goes into it, and this is where we meet Olivia's servant, which is my personal waifu for the season. I don't know, it's something about her. And it's like she's arrogant too. I love arrogant characters, so I really fuck with Olivia Servant. So this is where you get introduced to Noah's like Olivia's power because she was like something happened to her. She got chained in the dungeon and she transferred her skill over to Noah. So let's talk about the skills. The first skill is the get creative skill, and it's kind of self-explanatory. You could create anything your mind thinks of. The second skill is bestow, and self-explanatory as well. Bestow a skill onto others or objects or items or something like that. And the last skill is the editor skill, which you can edit the skills you've given to yourself or others. Now, obviously, there's a drawback because this shit would be way too overpowered, even though it's already overpowered as it is. But these skills cost LP, which is life points, and the stronger the skill is, the more life points it consumes. Also LP conversion, which if Noah does something that feels good, his satisfaction turns into life points. So now you're probably thinking, oh, this nigga needs to get some pussy, right, to refill his life points. You're right. You're definitely right. But that's not the only way he could get it. He could get it by eating delicacies or delicious food, and also his desire for worldly things, if he gets it, is another way to get life points. So now it's like, all right, how many life points does he have? 550. At first, I was like, I don't know if that's huge or big. I don't know, but yeah, it's 550. Now I'm thinking like every time he uses a skill, it comes out of the 550, but it yes and no. So he can stack these, which is really important because after the scene, there was like what he was just going around like He was laying on his little sister's lap, which apparently felt good to him. I don't know. Take it up with him. Uh, he like he hugged Emma and he gained like 100 points or something for that. So he went to 600. So that's the most important thing is that he can stack these life points. So I'm thinking like, you can really get like you could hop in the lab with these skills. Let's talk about it. He can create anything, just create anything that his mind thinks of. So I'm thinking like, this nigga could create like he could have his own home gym and he could get buff, start getting stronger. He doesn't even need to do that, right? The edit skill. Cause we literally seen him in the episode edit Emma's titty size cause she was like, oh, it was hurting or whatever, and this nigga gave her small titties. So if he can reconstruct the body like that, I'm assuming he can reconstruct his own body, but I don't know if it's temporary. That's the only thing. If it's temporary, then it's a slight nerf, but it's not like a crazy nerf, right? But temporary would suck. Now, if it's permanent, he can really get busy. Like I'm talking about a different kind of busy. He can make himself mad buff. He can get a lot of like strong items. He can think of powerful ass items. He could give Emma some skills like bottom line is that skill is way too OP. No matter who you give it to, no matter the circumstance, that skill is way too OP. The editor, the get creative, the bestow, like he's set up for success. Like I really can't see him losing to anybody because, I mean, let's say he faces a nigga with fire. Natural counter to fire is water, right? Just make some water. How's this nigga gonna beat you? But yeah, that that's really it. The rest of the episode I didn't really care for it, but I do want to say that we see Lenore, which is probably my second favorite character. Because if you couldn't tell, Olivia is my first. The main character is kind of bland. Emma is kind of bland, but Olivia, the arrogant, powerful type. I love that, and I wouldn't say she really looks unique, but I like the little braid style that she got with the hair. She's fire. She's fire. But another thing, if Olivia can do all these skills, why didn't she just make something to break out of like the chain that she was in? What the fuck? Like I maybe I'm digging too deep into this because I don't know, but if I was her, I would make something to get me out of the chains that she's in, right? Because it was something about her chains that like if you touch them or something, she dies. So she gave the skills to Noah, but yeah, that's the review. It's a quick impression, to be honest. It's not really a review, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this, but it kind of entertained me, I guess. I like Olivia. Yeah, see ya.